Today's diesel trucks are complete garbage wrapped in fancy paint jobs and false promises. While our grandfathers drove bulletproof workhorses that lasted decades without breaking a sweat, today's manufacturers are selling you expensive paperweights disguised as trucks. These aren't the reliable diesels that built America and won wars. They're overcomplicated money pits specifically designed to empty your wallet at the dealership every few months. If you're thinking about buying any of these 5 diesel trucks, mechanics across the country are literally begging you to stop and save your money. Let me show you exactly why these modern disasters will cost you more than your damn mortgage payment. Starting at number 5, we've got the Ford F-250 and F-350 with that so-called legendary 6.7 PowerStroke from 2020 to 2025. Mechanics are warning me about this $20,000 disaster just waiting to happen in your driveway. And here's exactly why Ford owners are quietly trading these trucks in faster than politicians break their campaign promises. That CP4 injection pump they stuck in there is failing catastrophically across every single truck in the lineup. And when this thing decides to grenade itself, it doesn't just break cleanly like those old reliable mechanical pumps our fathers trusted for decades without question. This high-pressure nightmare contaminates your entire fuel system with metal shavings and debris, completely destroying everything from your fuel tank all the way up to your injectors in one incredibly expensive domino effect that'll make you question every life decision you've ever made. We're talking about $15,000 to $20,000 in repairs minimum, and that's only if you somehow catch this disaster early before it completely destroys your engine block and turns your truck into a very expensive lawn ornament. Ford has been issuing recalls left and right for fuel system contamination problems that can literally cause your truck to catch fire while you're driving down the highway with your family inside. They've also been recalling these disasters for turbocharger failures that leave you with zero power when you need it most, DEF system malfunctions that cover your dashboard with more warning lights than a damn Christmas tree, and complete engine shutdown problems that happen at the worst possible moments. The 2023 and 2024 models have been having emergency recalls for actual engine fires and total power loss while people are driving on interstate highways at 70 miles per hour trying not to get killed by semi-trucks. What's absolutely infuriating beyond belief is that Ford's warranty coverage has more damn loopholes than a crooked politician's tax return, and they'll find literally any excuse they can dream up to deny your legitimate claim. They'll actually deny your $20,000 repair bill if they find any aftermarket fuel additives in your system, even the completely legal ones like Lucas or Power Service that professional mechanics actually recommend using to keep these pieces of junk running. Independent repair shops all across America are reporting that they're seeing these trucks rolling in with under 50,000 miles already needing complete fuel system replacements because Ford's engineering department apparently completely forgot how to build reliable diesel engines that don't self-destruct within the first few years. The turbochargers are failing way earlier than they should, costing you $4,000 to $6,000 to replace each time. And those EGR coolers keep cracking and mixing your coolant with exhaust gases to create a nasty toxic soup under your hood. Those DEF sensors fail constantly and trigger limp mode that reduces your $70,000 truck to having the performance of a golf cart that can barely get out of its own way. If you still think Ford's "Built Tough" slogan means anything today, you're living in the past when Ford actually gave a damn about building quality instead of just churning out expensive marketing bullshit designed to separate you from your hard-earned money. At number 4, we've got the Chevrolet Silverado 2500 and 3500 with that supposedly bulletproof Duramax LP5 from 2017 to 2025. All you Duramax fanboys out there are about to lose your absolute minds over this, but the truth hurts way more than filling up your tank with diesel fuel in California these days. This engine that everyone keeps claiming is bulletproof is actually shooting blanks and leaving owners stranded all across the country with repair bills that would make even a bankruptcy lawyer crack a smile. That DF system crystallizes up like rock candy in your exhaust and completely destroys the entire aftertreatment system, costing you $8,000 to $12,000 to replace everything with parts that take literally months to ship over from Germany, because apparently nobody at GM thought people would actually use these trucks for work. General Motors has been issuing recalls for DF pump failures that cause your truck to go into limp mode without any warning whatsoever while you're pulling a 30,000-pound trailer up a steep mountain pass in the middle of nowhere. They've also been recalling these disasters for transmission overheating issues that leave you completely stranded, injector problems that cause total fuel system failure, and emission system failures that somehow always manage to void your warranty if you even look at them the wrong way. Those fancy Bosch injectors are failing in complete sets every 60 to 80,000 miles, requiring $6,000 to $8,000 replacements that take weeks to get, because apparently nobody at GM actually planned for their injectors to fail this often in real-world conditions. What's really making owners furious beyond belief is how GM dealers keep pushing these expensive fuel system cleaning services that cost $3,000 but don't actually fix any of the underlying engineering problems that caused the whole mess in the first place. It's exactly like putting a designer Band-Aid on a severed artery while charging you premium prices for the privilege of bleeding out slowly. That Allison transmission overheats under any real workload, which completely defeats the entire purpose of buying a heavy-duty work truck in the first place. The DPF filter clogs up every 30,000 miles, requiring expensive regeneration procedures that cost $1,200 each time and leave you breathing toxic exhaust fumes for hours while praying the process actually works this time. That high-pressure fuel rail develops cracks that spray diesel fuel all over your hot engine bay, creating a serious fire hazard that somehow magically isn't covered under any warranty. The exhaust brake system fails regularly, leaving you without engine braking when you're trying to descend mountain grades with heavy loads. Hit that like button right now if you've dealt with any of these expensive Duramax disasters, because trust me, you're definitely not alone in this nightmare that GM created and then abandoned you to deal with. Number 3 brings us to the Ram 2500 and 3500 with that supposedly legendary 6.7 Cummins from 2019 to 2025. This engine that everyone keeps calling bulletproof is actually secretly bankrupting owners all across America. And here's the dirty truth that hardcore Cummins fanboys absolutely refuse to admit, even when their bank accounts are completely empty and they're eating ramen noodles for dinner every night. That 68 RFE transmission is failing spectacularly at an absolutely alarming rate, requiring $8,000 to $12,000 complete rebuilds at dealership labor rates that would make even a yacht mechanic blush with embarrassment. Ram keeps issuing recalls for transmission software problems that cause harsh shifting and potential complete failure while you're trying to tow something important. They've also been recalling these trucks for DF system failures, lift pump issues that can completely destroy your entire fuel delivery system, and air suspension problems that leave your expensive truck sitting on the ground looking like some kind of ridiculous lowrider. Those lift pump failures cost $2,000 to $3,000 minimum and happen completely without any warning signs, leaving you with a completely dead truck and a massive towing bill that just adds insult to your financial injury. What's making this entire situation exponentially worse is Stellantis, which is Ram's new foreign corporate owner that's been systematically cutting warranty coverage and replacing quality American-made parts with cheaper overseas alternatives that fail twice as often as the original parts ever did. Those EGR valves are failing prematurely and causing serious engine damage that somehow always manages to void your warranty coverage according to their army of corporate lawyers. The DF pumps need replacement every 60,000 miles like clockwork, costing you $1,500 each, plus all the diagnostic fees and labor charges that add up faster than you can count. Those fancy air suspension systems on the higher trim levels fail constantly, adding another $5,000 repair bill to your rapidly growing list of expensive problems. The exhaust brake system fails on a regular basis, leaving you without any engine braking when you're descending steep mountain grades with heavy loads behind you. Those fuel rail pressure sensors give completely false readings that trigger limp mode at the absolute worst possible times when you need your truck to work. Remember back when Cummins engines routinely ran for 500,000 miles without any major issues, and you could actually fix them yourself with basic hand tools right in your own driveway? Those golden days are completely gone forever, thanks to these modern emission systems and corporate cost-cutting measures that prioritize quarterly profits over building anything that actually lasts. Make sure you subscribe to this channel right now if you want the completely unfiltered truth about what these trucks have really become under foreign ownership that doesn't give a damn about American workers or quality. At number 2, we've got the completely forgotten Nissan Titan XD with that 5.0 Cummins from 2016 to 2019. This truck is becoming everyone's biggest financial regret, and there's a damn good reason why Nissan completely killed this disaster after just 4 short years of production that cost them billions in losses and probably some executive jobs. That automatic transmission fails catastrophically with absolutely zero warning signs, costing you $8,000 or more to replace with parts that are becoming increasingly impossible to source from Japan because Nissan has basically given up on this truck entirely. Nissan issued recalls for transmission failures that leave you completely stranded, fuel system problems that can actually cause fires, electrical issues that cause complete system shutdowns, and brake system failures that create legitimate safety hazards for you and your family. But here's the part that should absolutely terrify any potential buyer who's even thinking about touching one of these disasters. Nissan has quietly stopped manufacturing critical components for this truck, effectively abandoning existing owners with $15,000 paperweights that literally cannot be properly repaired by anyone anywhere in the country. The resale value has crashed a devastating 60% in just 3 short years because absolutely nobody wants to buy a truck that can't be fixed when it inevitably breaks down. The diesel network for diesel support is shrinking faster than Nissan's rapidly declining market share in the truck segment. Independent mechanics are refusing to work on these trucks because replacement parts simply don't exist anymore, and they don't want angry customers calling them every day when repairs can't be completed. That diesel particulate filter clogs constantly and costs $3,000 to replace when cleaning procedures fail to work. The turbocharger develops oil leaks that contaminate the entire intercooler system. The fuel injection system requires expensive cleaning every 20,000 miles to prevent complete failure that leaves you stranded. If you see one of these sitting on a used car lot with a tempting low price tag, run the other way as fast as your legs can carry you, because that attractive price is nothing but a trap designed to separate you from your money.
And the number 1 absolute worst diesel truck that mechanics say to avoid at all costs is the GMC Sierra 2500 and 3500 with that Duramax LP5 from 2017 to 2025. This so-called premium truck is charging absolutely outrageous luxury prices for the exact same disasters you get in a Chevrolet, and it represents the ultimate automotive scam of 2025 that makes used car salesmen look completely honest by comparison. GMC dealers are systematically charging 30 to 40% more than Chevrolet dealers for completely identical repairs on the exact same drivetrain, engine, transmission, and every single component under the hood. That $7,500 injector replacement job at your local Chevy dealer magically becomes $10,000 at GMC just because of some fancy badges, red stitching, and the meaningless words professional grade that don't mean absolutely anything in the real world. You're paying Denali luxury prices for basic Silverado problems with zero additional reliability, quality improvements, or engineering upgrades whatsoever. This truck suffers from all the exact same DEF crystallization issues, transmission overheating problems, injector failures, turbo problems, and electrical gremlins as the Chevrolet version. But GMC somehow acts like their parts are made from gold-plated unicorn tears that have been blessed by automotive angels. There are significantly fewer GMC-certified diesel technicians than Chevrolet techs available nationwide, so good luck finding someone actually qualified to fix your expensive mistake when it inevitably breaks down in the middle of nowhere. The absolute worst part is that GMC owners get the exact same expensive problems but pay premium prices for the privilege of being completely ripped off by a company that apparently thinks you're stupid enough to pay more money for identical garbage that doesn't work any better.
Comment below right now and tell me which diesel truck you think is the best reliable alternative for someone who actually needs to get real work done today, because these 5 modern disasters sure as hell aren't it, and the manufacturers clearly don't give a single damn about building trucks that actually work like they're supposed to.